Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Property Management 101, and today we'll be discussing best practices of things to consider as a first time being a property manager. If you've not already done so, please watch my disclosure video as well as my why I do this video. And if you found this video helpful and learned something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. First of all, congratulations. This is a fantastic role to be in. You're a leader for a team and an asset or a portfolio, and it's probably a great feeling for you personally. I know for me, when I became a property manager, it was a great moment for me professionally. I also think that, seeing and working with the staff is one of the things I think brings me the most joy professionally. So hopefully it does the same thing for you. I know in this role, I absolutely loved it. I worked at 3 different properties in 2 different states, different dynamics. It was fantastic. And so here's some things that I've learned throughout my journey that'd be super helpful for you as a new property manager. Number 1, example. You want to be that positive, confident example for all of your staff. This is really important, as how you lead the charge will also show the rest of the staff your expectation of how you want them to address things. When it comes to residents, as a staff, you want to make sure that you're always addressing their issues positively, and with giving them confidence, you'll be able to address it for them. The staff needs to know how to react, and by showing that example to them of what you perform and how you address issues will also trickle down to the rest of your staff. I saw a great quote recently that really applies to this practice as well. And it said, people will remember you on your example, not your advice. And I think that's fantastic. And I think that's something that will be helpful in your journey as well to keep in mind. Number 2 best practice to keep in mind for a first-time property manager: ownership in mind always. So when it comes to the ownership strategy, what is their goal? What are they looking for? Since they hired you as the management company, they are the customer. I know oftentimes we think of only residents being the customer, but remember that ownership is the one that has hired you, and you and your company need to follow that strategy that the asset needs and requires. So just kind of keep that in mind, recognizing what ownership strategy is. What's their end goal? What's their short-term goal? What's their long-term goal? Will really be important to note, so you have the ability to make sure you're making decisions that are in line with their strategy and asset. And the last best practice to keep in mind as a new property manager: delegate. This is one of the hardest things I've seen new managers really struggle with. They're used to be the ones performing and doing the task, and now they need to make sure that others are performing and doing and completing these tasks. Too often I've seen property manager, they'll step in too quickly and perform these tasks on behalf of their employees. Now, the thing about this is that if a manager steps in too often to perform duties that others are responsible for, that they know how to perform, they've been trained, that type of thing, then it can come across as that manager doesn't trust them and they're the only ones that can complete that, right? And that is obviously not necessarily the example you want to set for your staff. What I would recommend is taking a step back and allowing your employees to perform that duty that they're responsible for, and that'll show that you trust them. That'll also show their role and their value within the property's operations, how important they are, and this is going to be really important. Now, if you have a new employee that doesn't know how to perform something correctly or at all, or you have an employee that is performing something incorrectly, or you feel there's an ability to improve upon, that's the moment where you take them aside, give them some few pointers, but still allow them to perform that. And if they do have additional questions or need help or need suggestions, they will feel more comfortable coming to you rather than you just stepping in and performing it. I wish you all the best of luck in this new position. Feel free, if you have any questions, to leave a comment. I'll be happy to address them about this video or any of my videos. And hopefully you found this video helpful and learned something new. If so, please feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Happy leasing.